And that's what people got to do. A lot of people want to sit up here and just mirror people's energy and be like, yeah, let me see how you walk, how you talk, and all this other stuff. And let me see if I can, be holier than thou. I said, fake Christians or fake talking about God ain't going to get nobody close to y'all either. I said, y'all toxic. And a lot of people want everybody to be like, yeah, I was talking about God the other day. I thought that they would have interjected and be a part of what? A fake conversation about God? We don't do that. And I said, don't we? I said, why is they faking like they in it? I said, you ain't in it to win it. And you know what? Your whole bad body built BITCH need to move forward, boo. I said, even my mama don't want to be where she at. And I said, the other one don't either. We got to figure a way out. And I said, ain't that the truth? I said, it's like, you know what? God has put me here for a reason. And she really is looking like, yeah, ain't that the truth? I said, straighten your back, boo. I said, all of us need to straighten up. I said, because even your back say, shoo, I ain't like that yet. So stop making me like that. And God said, ain't that the truth? I said, it's something about the essence of these backs that people need to pay attention to even further. But even Grandma said, shoo, if I straightened up and became who I am, shoo, they wouldn't even know what to do, boo. And I said, yeah, you are kind of like a supermodel. And they act like you not. I said, hey, supermodel and supermodel. I said, ain't that the truth? I said, even my best friend Day said, shoo, we was amazing back in the day. And Corbella, please, it's on the map, but it's exclusive. It's called Couture, baby. And I said, ain't that the truth? I said, hey, Couture. And that's my sister, boo. I said, one thing about one of my BFFs, I said, this lady act just like Day. And she annoys me just like Day. But we still dealt with her. I said, yeah, they still loved her no matter what. And we did. I said, they will go 0 to 1,000 about something she'll know. But shoot, let's cure it for her. And she'll be okay. And that's how Day was. I said, she's still that way, unfortunately. And I said, yeah, where Day at? Because we need to find Day. So everybody